General Thoughts Podcast, a tale of injustice and resilience. What's really good? Welcome to the General Thoughts Podcast, where we share our stories of inspiration, perseverance, and overcoming adversity. We discuss our bond that binds us together. I'm Tysheem, a.k.a. Book De Niro, writer extraordinaire. Today's episode is close to our hearts as we delve into the journey marked by injustice, strength, and the power of manifestation.
That's right, Tysheem. Today we'll hear about an incredible turn of events in Ty's wrongful conviction case and how unwavering support and genuine love is making things happen. So, Ty, you ready? Let's get started, man. Yo, what's up? How you doing today?
Today, it's another day in the belly of the beast. Working to make them regurgitate me.
Most definitely.
Spit me back out to society.
That's a must.
Got a lot to offer.
That's a fact.
We making a lot of headway.
For sure.
2024 is here. We in litigations.
That's great. Happy New Year's to the listeners, too. But we got some good news. Let them know what we got them to admit. The facts.
We got the Brady violation.
What you think led up to that, though?
Investigation. Good investigations. Good work. We had Kitty Haley out there in the field interviewing people for the year 2021. She turned her report in. And we found out that a very important witness in my case had been interviewed several times leading up to my trial and prosecution and eventual conviction.
Right.
And none of that stuff was turned over to us.
Why you think?
You have to turn over any favorable evidence. Impeachment, if it has impeachment value,
right,
or if it exculpates the individual, the charges are lodged against. And Kitty Haley is a phenomenal investigator.
For sure. She did phenomenal work.
She has helped exonerate several guys I know, several guys I don't know. She just landed her documentary, a 2-part documentary. Dope. But she'll be discussing my case.
That's super major.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got that going on. It's not every day that after 25 years you're still in court.
For sure.
It's hard to get in court because of the time bars. You know how I feel about the time bars.
Yeah, for sure. You hate that shit. It's a crutch.
Right. It is what keeps a lot of innocent people in jail longer than they have to be. But with the advent of these integrity units popping up all over the country and prosecutors willing to revisit wrongful convictions from the 90s, the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s when the tough on crime and war on drugs was really prevalent in this country.
Right.
A lot of us got caught up in that wave when prosecutors was just overzealous.
You have 1 minute left.
And ready to put you away at any cost.
Right.
So these cases is being revisited by progressive prosecutors, these integrity units. Any conviction should be able to withstand a second set of eyes, a second review.
Right.
If it can't, then it's a wrongful conviction. It's an unjust conviction. It's against the Constitution.
Right.
And this is where we are. This is where we're at right now. My conviction is unconstitutional.
That's crazy, man. But you've been saying this all along, so it's not surprising to us, but it's a crazy amount of people just getting exonerated every day and just being wrongfully convicted every day, for sure.
Yeah, every day now. Turn on News Nation, the news desk, CNN, your local news. Someone's being exonerated. Someone's conviction is being tossed because they had ineffective assistance of counsel, or a prosecutor withheld some valuable information, or even a faulty jury instruction. It's every day now. Like it's almost like a travesty, but at the same time, I've been behind these walls for a quarter century, and this is what the guys been fighting for all these years. Guys I fought with, guys I pinned my back to, guys I sat down and wrote briefs with, guys I filed motions for. This is what we want. We dreamt of this day that every day you would wake up, a brother would be getting exonerated.
I got a question. Like ineffectiveness of counsel, like you chalk that up to them not wanting to help black and brown people get
I think the ineffective assistance of counsel thing, man, I don't want to make this about race, man. I was having a conversation with Jason one time, Jason Flom. That's the biggest in this criminal justice reform movement. And we was having that conversation, and he made a valid point. It's not just black and brown people. It's a broken system. We do get the worst attorneys, though. We get the worst attorneys. We get people with money. Rich people would never give their money to the attorneys that they appoint us. Does that make sense? This is the dregs of the profession. The dregs of the profession are the attorneys that we get. They end up with 20, 30, 40 cases at a time, and they only max out as far as how much money they're paid for each case, $2,000-$3,000, and that don't matter if you plea out or you go to trial. You understand what I'm saying? So you got these lawyers that they need to take 30, 40 cases just to get through to have a successful year by standards, in medians, but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work.
That's my discrepancy with a lot of people in that profession. That I feel like if you take on that profession, it shouldn't just only be about the money you could make. Because people's lives is in the balance of in the wake of whatever you do, whether you perform good or you perform bad. Someone's life is at stake, and they could be an innocent person, and you just doing it like, hey, listen, I'm gonna just get this $2,500, and you just take this plea. Right? That's the only thing that you're gonna be able to do when there's other options for you. They tell you, who don't know anything about the law, hey, just take the plea, man. It's gonna be the best offer you're gonna get.
90% of the guys and women that get convicted, wrongfully convicted, have bad attorneys.
That's a crazy number.
90% have bad attorneys. And then you up against these prosecutors, man, and they almost be like Victor Frankenstein.
It's crazy.
They create monsters.
Yeah.
You wrongfully convict somebody, you create a monster sometimes.
For sure. For the good or the bad.
What the monster wanted, was family, love. When you take that from a man, that's what you get.
Yes, that's nuts, man. Yeah. You gotta change sometimes to fit that situation. Yeah.
But like I said, man, it's a good time, and you got wars going on, so that's affecting people in a different way. You got a war going on in the Middle East. You got a war going on in Ukraine. So, but for the people that's in prison, in American prisons, wrongfully convicted, this is a great time to be in court. I went from having the worst attorney to having the best attorney.
Crazy, right? It's a blessing, man. Like a dream come true, right?
Listen. got 20 plus prisons in here in Pennsylvania, right? That's 20 plus law libraries. If I walked into a law library and the litigators, the men fighting for their freedom, that's what we call litigators, is sitting around, and I took a survey and I said, yo, if you could have any attorney you want right now, I'm talking about men with 20, 30 years and time bar, looking for new evidence, looking for a new constitutional case to be filed. And I say, yo, if you could have any lawyer right now, who would you want? If you had that bag, who would you get that bag to? 90% of them is going to say Michael Wise.
Yeah, you say you told me once you got him, you always wanted it. You dreamt
The other, hold on. The other 10% is going to say Carl Schwartz.
That's his other half, right?
Carl Schwartz is Michael Wiseman's partner.
Right.
We've studied Michael Wiseman for decades. His cases, the opinions,
for sure,
the way he argues things, the way he's changed laws here in Pennsylvania. And for me, it's an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to be represented by him. I got him now. He didn't just furnish me with the most recent filing, but he brought other attorneys here with him to meet with me, and we definitely gonna get into that a little later on in this episode. But he's a maestro. If Nasir Jones is a lyrical genius, Michael Wiseman is a legal genius.
He's definitely one of the best lawyers that you had since I've been with you on this journey, and I've been with you since almost the beginning.
I've never, the attorneys I had prior to him, I never wanted. I can't say I wanted him, but I've always, for the last decade and a half, I wanted Michael. I wished I had Michael Wise as an attorney. And I don't play with my words. I use my words sparingly and wisely.
Right.
This dude is different.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think he's a great dude, man. Like, I think he really got his heart all in it. You know what I mean? And he's definitely making waves out there. I had some questions.
You know he got you. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I had a question about the integrity unit. You know, I'm not sure of where it started from, but I know a lot of people might not know either. So I want to ask you that.
I'm an origins type of dude. I like to study the origins of things, the Innocence Projects, the Innocence Movement, integrity units. They were a necessity. They were needed. And I want to say the first one popped up in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, okay.
All those dirty cops out there.
Yeah.
And, but the most progressive and successful integrity unit happens to be here in the state. Unjustly incarcerated in the city of Philadelphia.
Okay.
A lot of guys that I've known for years, man, that had death by incarceration sentences are free now. And the integrity units are necessary. They got a statewide integrity unit here in Pennsylvania too.
Okay.
But they haven't done anything for anybody.
Oh, they haven't made any ground. No.
They've been open for business for almost 4 years now, and they have exonerated no one.
That's crazy. In a state where who knows I don't know the statistics on it, but I know it's a lot of wrongful convictions.
Larry Krasner, Philadelphia District Attorney, has exonerated 35, 40 people in the last 4 to 5 years.
And they haven't done anything in that state. That's I don't know. I can't understand that. Not one.
You gotta get it in the courts. You gotta get it in the courts. You gotta go through the courts.
Sound like that's crazy. Like, I would start an integrity unit and not have anything to show for it. Money goes into that. I'm sure it's not done on as
politics.
Yeah, they put
optics.
Yeah, I think they just started that for like an upfront thing. Like, yeah, we doing it too, but you're not getting any results. And if somebody's been doing it for the same amount of years as you, and they have.
I can see. I can say what I'm saying and feel comfortable about it, because I filed an application with them almost 4 years ago, and I've heard nothing, absolutely nothing.
That's not a good thing, man. That's definitely not a good look for on there if they trying to create optics. They must have created that in some kind of election cycle or something like that.
We gonna get it in the courts.
Yeah, we on our way. The doors is opening wider and wider. You'll be free soon, man. And it's on. All right, so we're gonna get into what you want to get into. Anything else you want to get into before you get into the paperwork and stuff like that?
Nah, let's get to it.
All
right, come on, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so this is the document that Michael Watson handed over to me.
All right.
The Commonwealth is again wrong as a matter of law when it asserts that the new evidence merely impeaches and cannot therefore be the basis for relief. First, the evidence does not merely impeach Sandy Steele's testimony. Rather, it eviscerates the Commonwealth's theory that the gang first met to plan the attack, the basis of the conspiracy. But even if the Brady violation was merely impeaching, it has long been held that prosecutors' failure to provide material impeachment evidence violates due process. So this is a violation regardless. My due process rights was violated. I was denied a fair trial. This is a wrongful conviction. What I've been saying for 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And it is amazing that it takes experts like these people to get involved to really, execute and receive the justice that is warranted. But the document goes on to say and state, it is nothing short of shocking that the Commonwealth would assert in 2023 that the failure to disclose impeachment evidence cannot be the basis for PCRA relief. Indeed, such a lack of understanding may itself explain the prosecutor's failure to ever disclose this information.
Crazy.
Now, why would they keep this from me?
It's playing a dirty game, man.
Why would they keep this from me?
I don't know, man. It's playing dirty game, though.
Nah, man, because I was a fucking problem, man. I was getting to the bag. That's why. And anyway, anything, anyhow.
Right.
They just wanted to lock up as many young black dudes as possible. This is the 90s, B.
Yeah, man.
This is the tough on crime era. This is the war on drugs.
Yeah, man.
These is Bronx, New York dudes running around doing they want to.
Yeah.
And they decided, hey, man, we're going to lock as many of them up as possible.
That's crazy.
You ever saw that movie Frankenstein?
Which one? The black and white one? Or the color one?
I don't care which one. They created the monster, though.
Yeah, that they did.
But the person who created the
Pennsylvania
monster...
State Correctional Institution, Somerset.
Wait,
This
say
call
that
is subject
again.
to recording and monitoring.
Wait, you gotta
Feel
say that
me?
again. Yeah, now say that again.
They created the monster, but the person who created the monster is the real monster.
Yeah, most definite. Most definite.
It's almost like they created me
Yeah.
by doing me dirty.
Yeah, you gotta definitely
They
change.
created a monster.
Yeah. You gotta adapt to what's going on, man.
I'm on a journey of righteousness. I'm walking with God.
For
Every
sure.
morning I rise, I ask God. I ask myself first, what am I doing to help God ask me? What am I doing to help God help me? Then I ask God for help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definite.
But yeah, the meeting was crazy. The meeting was bananas.
Yeah.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people got their hand in this.
Right.
In the coming episodes, we'll be able to discuss that more.
For sure. For sure.
As I stated before, I don't have $1 million worth of game, but I got a priceless amount of jewels.
Right. Right.
On that note, I'm out.
Peace.